He sat there half-naked under a designer coat, chest covered in gang tattoos, laughing while his maid trembled at the defense table alone. Kang Junseo owned half the city without his name on a single document. And right now, he was destroying a woman who scrubbed his floors for 8 months. "Do you see a lawyer?" he asked the courtroom, grinning. The room laughed with him. The judge said nothing. Kang leaned forward. "You can't afford coffee at the courthouse cafe, but you think you can afford justice?" Maria's hands shook so badly she could barely stand. 60 seconds until the judge ruled against her. 50 seconds. 40. Then the doors exploded open. An older woman walked in. Slow. Deliberate. Eyes like steel. Kang's smile died instantly. His lawyer went pale. Because 10 years ago, when Kang sat in a cell facing life in prison, this woman walked him out for free. And 30 seconds ago, he just humiliated her daughter in open court. What happened in the next 5 minutes didn't just destroy a mafia empire. It rewrote the entire definition of power. Before we dive into this story, let me know where in the world you are watching from. And don't forget to subscribe, as that is part of the ways you can use to support the work we do here. The man in the front row laughed first. Not loud. Quiet. Like a private joke only he understood. Mireya Holt heard it anyway. The clerk's voice echoed. The defendant has no legal representation. More laughter, spreading through the courtroom like fire. Kang Junseo sat with his coat hanging open. Black fabric. Bare chest underneath. Dark tattoos covering his skin like warnings written in a language only dangerous people spoke. He tilted his head, studied Mireya like she was something broken on his floor. "Do you see a lawyer?" he asked the room. Silence first. Then chuckling. He looked directly at her. "I don't." His voice was calm. Bored. That made it worse. "Which means you came here brave. Or just broke." The laughter got louder. Mireya's hands shook. She tried to clasp them together. "Hide it." Too late. Kang saw everything. "You clean my house," he said. Not angry. Almost gentle. "You scrub my floors on your knees. You fold my underwear." Someone gasped. He leaned forward slightly. "And you thought you could stand here without help?" Mireya opened her mouth. Nothing came out. Her throat closed. The judge shifted. Didn't speak. That silence gave Kang permission. "You can't afford a cup of coffee at the courthouse cafe," he continued. "But you think you can afford justice?" The words landed like punches. Mireya felt heat flood her face. Her vision blurred at the edges. "Look at her," Kang said to the room. "She's already crying, and we haven't even started." She wasn't crying, but she wanted to. "You work for me," he said quietly. "And now you'll learn what happens when people forget where they belong." Mireya's knees weakened. She gripped the table. Her daughter's face flashed in her mind. This morning. Breakfast. The hug. "I'll fix this, baby." That promise felt like a lie now. The judge cleared his throat. 1 minute. "If no counsel appears." "She's not coming," Kang interrupted. "No one's coming." Mireya looked at him. His eyes were empty. Not cruel. Just certain. 1 minute. The judge repeated weakly. Kang crossed his arms. The tattoos shifted. "Let's count together." 50 seconds. The room waited. Mireya couldn't breathe right. Each inhale felt sharp. Wrong. 40 seconds. Someone coughed. 30 seconds. Kang smiled. Not happy. Satisfied. 20 seconds. Mireya closed her eyes. Thought about running. About grabbing her daughter. About disappearing. 10 seconds. The judge raised his pen. 5 seconds. Mireya's heart hammered so loud she thought everyone could hear it. 3 seconds. She started to say something. Anything. 1 second. Then, bang. The courtroom doors exploded open. Everyone turned. A woman stood in the doorway. Older. Sharp eyes. Straight posture. She didn't rush. Didn't apologize. Just walked forward. Slowly. Deliberately. Mireya gasped. Her chest went tight for a different reason. "Mom." The word came out broken. The woman didn't look at her daughter yet. She looked straight at Kang Junseo. And for the first time since Mireya met him, his face changed. The confidence drained. The certainty vanished. Something like fear touched his eyes. And the entire courtroom felt the ground shift beneath it. The woman's shoes clicked against marble. Each step echoed. Nobody spoke. She stopped at the defense table. Still didn't look at Mireya. Her eyes stayed locked on Kang. "My name is Evelyn Holt." The judge went pale. Actually pale. Like he'd seen something he shouldn't have. Kang stood up. Fast. His body moved before his brain caught up. Evelyn's mouth curved slightly. Not a smile. Recognition. You remember me, she said. Not a question. Kang's jaw tightened. Yes. Good. She set a briefcase on the table. Then you remember what I did for you. The courtroom held its breath. Maria stared at her mother. Confused. Scared. Hopeful. Evelyn still wouldn't look at her. 10 years ago, Evelyn continued, you sat in a holding cell, charged with crimes you didn't commit. Kang's hands curled into fists. Evidence planted. Witnesses bought. Everyone said you were finished. She paused. Everyone except me. The prosecutor stood quickly. Your Honor, this is highly irregular. Evelyn turned her head, looked at him, said nothing. The man sat back down. She turned back to Kang. I defended you for free, she said. Dismantled their case in 3 days. Walked you out a free man. Kang swallowed hard. You never asked why I helped. Evelyn continued. I never explained. Why did you? Kang's voice came out rough. Because everyone deserves a defense. Even men who think power makes them gods. The words cut. Kang flinched. And now, Evelyn said slowly. You mock my daughter for having no lawyer? The room went silent. Dead silent. Maria felt something crack open in her chest. Her mother saved him? This man who just humiliated her? Her mother saved him first? You owe me, Evelyn said softly. Not threatening. Stating fact. Kang exhaled. Looked down. Yes. Then sit. He sat immediately, like a command his body couldn't ignore. Evelyn finally turned to Maria. Their eyes met. Maria saw something she hadn't seen in 2 years. Protection, but also something else. Anger. Not at her. For her. I'm representing you, Evelyn said. Her voice was different now. Softer. Maria's throat closed. Mom, Not now. Gentle but firm. We fight first. Everything else after. She pulled documents from her briefcase. Pages and pages. The judge leaned forward. Ms. Holt, the court was not properly notified. You were notified 3 days ago, Evelyn interrupted. You chose to proceed anyway. The judge's mouth opened. Closed. No defense. Evelyn spread the documents across the table. Bank records. Maria couldn't look up. I didn't know you'd come. I know. I thought you hated me. Evelyn's voice cracked. What? Maria finally looked up. Her mother's eyes were wet. After what I said 2 years ago, Maria whispered. I thought. You called me cold, Evelyn interrupted. You said I cared more about winning than people. Yes. You weren't wrong. The admission hit like a slap. Maria blinked. What? Evelyn sat down, gestured for Maria to sit too. I spent 30 years fighting for strangers, she said. Winning cases. Building a reputation. Telling myself it mattered. She paused. Then you stopped calling. And I realized I'd won every battle except the one that counted. Mom. You. Evelyn said firmly. I lost you. Tears fell before Maria could stop them. Why now, she asked. Why not last year? Last month? Evelyn looked at her hands. Because I was scared. Of what? That you'd tell me to leave. Maria's chest tightened. I would never. Yes, you would, Evelyn said. And you'd have been right too. Outside the room, Kang stood alone. His lawyer approached. Sir, we need to discuss strategy. Drop it, Kang said. The lawyer froze. Drop what? Everything. The charges. The case. But we're winning. Kang turned. His eyes were cold. I said drop it. The lawyer backed away. Kang pulled out his phone. Made a call. It's me, he said quietly. Find out who set her up. A pause. Because someone did. And I need to know who. He hung up. Stared at his reflection in the window. The man looking back disgusted him. Inside the small room, Maria wiped her eyes. He saved his empire because of you, she said. Yes. And then he destroyed me in front of everyone. Evelyn's face hardened. Yes. So why not destroy him back? Because that's not justice, Evelyn said. That's revenge. What's the difference? Evelyn leaned forward. Justice makes people face what they've done. Revenge just makes more pain. Maria thought about that. I want him to hurt, she admitted quietly. I know. Is that wrong? No, Evelyn said. It's human. She reached across. Took Maria's hands. But here's what I learned defending monsters for 30 years, she continued. The ones who hurt most are the ones who learn to change. You think he'll change? I think he's terrified right now. And fear is the beginning of change. A knock on the door. The bailiff. 5 minutes. Evelyn stood. Straightened her jacket. When we go back in there, she said, let me handle this. Okay. And Maria? Yes. Evelyn's voice dropped. You were never small. You just worked for someone who needed you to be. The words landed deep. Changed something fundamental. They walked back to the courtroom. Kong was already seated. He looked at them once, then looked away. The judge returned. All parties ready. Before anyone could answer, Kong stood. Your Honor, he said, I'm withdrawing the complaint. The room exploded, but something in his voice felt wrong. Too calm, too certain, like he knew something nobody else did yet. The prosecutor shot to his feet. Your Honor, he can't just. Kong didn't look at him. I can, and I am. The judge's hands trembled slightly. Mr. Kong, are you certain? Yes. On what grounds? Kang's eyes found Maria. On the grounds that I accused an innocent woman. The words should have felt like victory. They didn't. Something about his face was wrong. Too controlled. Like a man holding back information that would burn everything down. Evelyn saw it too. Her eyes narrowed. Your Honor, she said carefully, before this court accepts the withdrawal. The defendant accepts, Kong interrupted. Everyone stared. Excuse me, the judge said. I said the defendant accepts, Kong repeated. Case dismissed. Evelyn's jaw tightened. You don't speak for my client. No, Kong agreed. But I know who does speak for her. He pulled something from his jacket. A folded paper. Placed it on the table in front of Evelyn. She opened it slowly. Her face went white. Actually white. Maria leaned over. What is it? Evelyn didn't answer immediately. Just stared at the paper. Finally, she looked up at Kong. When did you find out? She asked quietly. This morning. And you still came? Yes. The room watched this exchange like a tennis match. Nobody understanding what was happening. The judge cleared his throat. Ms. Holt, what is that document? Case dismissed, Evelyn said suddenly. Her voice was flat. Empty. Maria grabbed her mother's arm. What? No. I want to know why. Not here, Evelyn said. Mom. Not here. The words came out sharp enough to cut. The judge looked confused but relieved. Very well. Case dismissed. Court adjourned. He banged the gavel. People stood immediately. Phones came out. Voices rose. Maria grabbed the paper before Evelyn could stop her. Read it. Her hands started shaking. Not from fear this time. From rage. A name. One name written at the top. Vincent Chun, accountant. But underneath, in smaller text. Acting on orders from Kong Min-jae. Maria looked up at Kong. Your brother did this? His face was stone. Yes. He framed me. Yes. To hurt you. Yes. Maria felt something boil in her chest. And you knew this morning? Kong nodded. Then why withdraw? She demanded. Why not expose him? Because, Kong said quietly, if I expose him here, he'll disappear. And you'll never be safe. The words landed cold. What does that mean? Maria asked. Evelyn stood quickly. It means we're leaving. Now. She grabbed Maria's arm. Started pulling her toward the exit. Wait. Maria tried to turn back. No. Evelyn said firmly. They pushed through the crowd. Outside, the courthouse steps were packed with reporters. Cameras everywhere. Questions shouted from all directions. Evelyn shielded Maria. Guided her to a waiting car. They got in. The door closed. Silence. Maria turned to her mother. What just happened? Evelyn's hands were shaking now too. Kong just made a choice, she said. What choice? Between justice and survival. Which one did he choose? Evelyn looked at her daughter. Yours. The word hung there. Heavy. Terrifying. Because it meant something worse was coming. And they both knew it. The car pulled away. Through the window, Maria saw Kong. Standing alone on the courthouse steps. Surrounded by people. Looking more isolated than she'd ever been. And she realized something. He didn't withdraw the case to save himself. He did it to save her. Which meant his brother was worse than anyone knew. Pause. If you think you know where this is going, you don't. Subscribe so you don't miss the moment everything flips again. Comment Team Maria if you think she survives this, or Team Kong if you think he's about to do something insane. Let's see who's right. The car drove for 20 minutes in silence. Evelyn stared out the window. Maria couldn't stop thinking about Kang's face. The way he looked alone on those steps. Where are we going? She finally asked. Home. Is that safe? Evelyn didn't answer immediately. That silence was an answer itself. They pulled up to Maria's apartment. Everything looked normal. Same building. Same door. Same life. Except nothing felt the same anymore. Inside, Maria's daughter ran to hug her. Mama, how was court? Maria forced a smile. It's over, baby. Did you win? The question was innocent. The answer wasn't. Yes, Maria lied. Her daughter smiled and ran back to her toys. Evelyn sat at the kitchen table. We need to talk, she said quietly. About what? About what happens now. Maria sat across from her. The case is dismissed. We go back to normal. No. What do you mean no? Evelyn leaned forward. Kang's brother framed you to hurt Kong. That didn't work. So now? Now what? Now you're a loose end. The words dropped like stones. I don't understand, Maria said. You know too much. You saw the documents. You heard the name. So people who know things become problems. Maria's phone buzzed. Unknown number. She looked at it. Evelyn's eyes sharpened. Don't answer that. It might be important. It's not. The phone kept buzzing. Maria's hand moved toward it. Evelyn grabbed her wrist. Do not answer that phone. They stared at each other. The buzzing stopped. Silence. Then a text came through. Maria looked at the screen. Her face went pale. Evelyn snatched the phone. Read the message. Her jaw tightened. What does it say? Maria whispered. Evelyn turned the phone around. 5 words on the screen. Your daughter has pretty hair. Maria stopped breathing. Stood up fast. Looked toward the living room where her daughter played. Safe. Unaware. For now. Pack a bag, Evelyn said. What? Now? Pack a bag. You and your daughter. You're leaving. Where? Somewhere he can't find you. Who? Kang's brother. Yes. Maria's hands shook. But the case is over. The case doesn't matter, Evelyn interrupted. You matter. You're the witness who can connect him to the frame job. So what do I do? You disappear. The word felt wrong. Final. For how long? Evelyn's face said everything. I don't know. Maria's phone rang again. Different number this time. Evelyn answered it. What? She snapped. Pause. Her expression changed. How long ago? Another pause. Is he alive? Maria's stomach dropped. Evelyn hung up. Looked at Maria. Kong was attacked leaving the courthouse. Is he? He's alive. But he's in the hospital. How bad? Bad enough to send a message. The phone buzzed again. Another text. This time from Kang's number. Don't come. He's watching. Maria stared at the message. Then at her daughter. Then at her mother. What do I do? She whispered. Evelyn's voice was steel. You run. Maria grabbed one bag. Threw in clothes without looking. Toothbrush. Medicine. Her daughter's favorite stuffed animal. Her hands moved on autopilot. Evelyn stood by the window, watching the street. How long do we have? Maria asked. I don't know. That's not helpful. It's honest. Maria's daughter appeared in the doorway, holding her backpack. Are we going on a trip? She asked. Maria's throat closed. Yes, baby. Where? I don't know yet. When are we coming back? The question broke something inside Maria. She knelt down. Eye level with her daughter. I don't know that either. Her daughter's face crumpled slightly. Is it because of court? Yes. Did you do something bad? No, Maria said firmly. I did nothing wrong. Then why do we have to leave? Maria looked at her mother for help. Evelyn turned from the window. Because sometimes, she said gently, bad people punish good people for telling the truth. The daughter thought about that. That's not fair. No, Evelyn agreed. It's not. Maria's phone buzzed again. She looked. A photo. Her apartment building. Taken from across the street. Taken minutes ago. Her blood went cold. Mom, she whispered. Evelyn took the phone. Her face went hard. Out the back. Now. They moved fast. Maria grabbed her daughter's hand. Evelyn led them through the kitchen. Toward the back door. Then stopped. What? Maria asked. Someone's in the alley. How do you know? The motion light just turned on. They froze. Front door blocked. Back door blocked. Nowhere to go. Maria's daughter squeezed her hand tighter. Mama, I'm scared. I know, baby. Evelyn's phone rang. She answered immediately. What? Her face changed. Are you sure? Pause. How long? She hung up. Looked at Maria. That was Kong. From the hospital. What did he say? He's sending someone. Who? Someone we can trust. How do you know we can trust them? Evelyn's voice dropped. Because if we can't, we're already dead. 3 minutes of silence. The longest 3 minutes of Maria's life. Her daughter buried her face in Maria's shoulder. Then a knock. Not on the front door. On the back door. 3 knocks. Pause. 2 knocks. Evelyn moved to the door. Didn't open it. Who sent you? She called through the wood. A woman's voice answered. Someone who owes you everything. Evelyn opened the door. A woman in her 30s stood there. Plain clothes. Calm face. "My name is Lin," she said. "Kong sent me. We have maybe 5 minutes." "Why should we trust you?" Maria asked. Lin looked at her directly. "Because 10 years ago, your mother saved my brother from a murder charge he didn't commit. And our family doesn't forget debts." Evelyn's eyes widened. "Chin family." "Yes. I thought you moved to Seoul." "We did." Kong called in the favor. "Now move." They followed her out into the alley. A car waited. Engine running. They got in. The car pulled away. Maria looked back at her apartment. Everything she owned inside. Gone. Maybe forever. Her daughter whispered, "Mama, are we safe now?" Maria wanted to say yes. But Lin spoke first. "No. But you're alive. That's better." The honesty hurt. But Maria preferred it to lies. The car drove for 40 minutes. No one spoke. Maria's daughter fell asleep against her shoulder. Lin kept checking the mirrors. Evelyn watched her. "We're being followed," Evelyn said quietly. Lin didn't react. "I know." "Then why aren't we?" "Because they're supposed to follow us." Maria's head snapped up. "What?" "Kang's orders," Lin said calmly. "They follow us to the first location. Then we lose them at the second." "That's insane," Maria said. "That's strategy." They pulled up to a small house. "Ordinary. Forgettable." "Out," Lin said. "Fast." They moved quickly. Inside, the house was empty. No furniture. No lights on. Just walls and shadows. "Stay here," Lin said. "Don't turn on any lights. Don't go near windows." "How long?" Evelyn asked. 20 minutes. "Then what?" "Then you find out if Kang's plan works." Lin left. The door locked behind her. Silence. Heavy. Suffocating. Maria sat on the floor. Her daughter's head still on her shoulder. Evelyn stood by the wall. "I don't like this," Maria whispered. "Neither do I." "Then why are we here?" "Because Kong asked me to trust him." "And do you?" Evelyn was quiet for a long moment. "I don't know." 15 minutes passed. Nothing happened. Maria's phone buzzed. She jumped. Unknown number again. She showed Evelyn. "Don't answer," Evelyn said. The buzzing stopped. A text came through. Maria read it. Her face drained of color. "What?" Evelyn asked. Maria turned the phone. The message said, "Nice house, but you should see what's in the basement." Evelyn went rigid. "We need to leave." Lin said to wait. "I don't care what Lin said." Evelyn moved to the door. Locked. She tried the back. Also locked. Windows nailed shut. Maria stood slowly, careful not to wake her daughter. "Mom," she said quietly. "What's happening?" "I don't know." "Are we trapped?" Before Evelyn could answer, the lights came on. All of them. Bright. Blinding. A voice came from speakers in the ceiling. Male. Unfamiliar. "Hello, Miss Holt." Evelyn's hands curled into fists. "Who are you?" "Someone who appreciates loyalty," the voice said. "Your daughter worked for my brother for 8 months. Never complained. Never asked questions." Maria's blood went cold. "Kang's brother," she whispered. "Smart girl," the voice continued. "Unfortunately, smart girls become dangerous girls." "What do you want?" Evelyn demanded. "I want you to understand something." "What?" "My brother thinks he can protect you. He thinks sending you away makes you safe." Pause. "He's wrong." The lights went out. Completely. Total darkness. Maria's daughter woke up. Started crying. "Mama, I'm here, baby. I'm here." Footsteps above them. On the roof. Multiple people. Moving in a pattern. Surrounding them. Then, a knock on the front door. Different from Lin's knock. Slower. Deliberate. 3 knocks. Long pause. 3 more. Evelyn pulled Maria and her daughter into a corner. "Don't make a sound," she whispered. The knocking continued. Patient. Waiting. Then it stopped. Silence. 5 seconds. 10. 15. The back door exploded open. Not violently. Just unlocked from outside. Someone stepped inside. A flashlight beam cut through the darkness. "It's me." Lin's voice. "We need to go? Now." "What happened?" Evelyn asked. "The plan changed." "Why?" Lin's face was grim. "Because Kang's brother knows where the real safe house is." They ran to a different car. Black. Windows tinted. "Get in," Lin said. "Where are we going?" Maria asked. "Somewhere he already checked. He won't look twice." They drove in silence. Maria's daughter stopped crying but wouldn't let go of her mother's hand. "I want to go home," she whispered. Maria's heart broke. "I know, baby. When? Soon." The lie tasted bitter. Evelyn's phone rang. "Hospital." She answered. Yes. Her face changed. How bad? Pause. I understand. She hung up. Looked at Maria. Kang's getting worse. Internal bleeding they didn't catch earlier. Is he going to die? Maria asked. They don't know. I need to see him. No. Evelyn said immediately. He's in the hospital because of me. He's in the hospital because of his brother, Evelyn corrected. And his brother is waiting for you to show up there. You don't know that. Lynn spoke without turning around. 3 men entered the hospital 20 minutes ago. Plain clothes. They're watching the exits. How do you know? Maria asked. Because I have someone inside. They pulled up to a church. Old. Quiet. Empty at this hour. We're hiding in a church? Maria said. Basement, Lynn replied. No one looks for people in church basements. Inside, the basement was cold. Concrete floors. Metal shelves. Boxes everywhere. There's a cot in the corner, Lynn said. Water in the mini fridge. Bathroom through that door. How long? Evelyn asked. Until Kong wakes up. And if he doesn't? Lynn's face was stone. Then you pray his brother shows mercy. She left. The door locked behind her. Maria sat on the cot. Her daughter curled up beside her. Fell asleep within minutes. Children could sleep anywhere. Adults just pretended to. This is my fault, Maria said quietly. Evelyn looked at her. How? I took the job. I cleaned his house. I saw things I shouldn't have. You saw ledgers, Evelyn said. You didn't ask to see them. They were just there. I should have quit. And done what? You needed the money. I needed safety more. Evelyn sat beside her. You can't see the future. None of us can. Maria's phone buzzed. She pulled it out slowly. A message from Kang's number. Don't trust Lynn. Her hands started shaking. Mom, she whispered. Evelyn read it. Her jaw tightened. That's not Kong. How do you know? Because Kong wouldn't text. He'd call. Even from a hospital bed, he'd call. So who sent it? Someone who wants you to run. To panic. To make a mistake. Another text came. Same number. She works for both of us. Maria looked at the locked door. What if it's true? She whispered. Then we're already caught. And if it's not? Then someone just tried to make us kill our only chance of survival. They sat in silence, listening for footsteps, for doors opening, for anything. Nothing came. Just waiting. The cruelest kind of torture. 2 hours passed. No sounds above them. No footsteps. Just silence pressing down like weight. Maria's daughter woke up. I'm hungry, she said. Maria checked the mini fridge. Water. Nothing else. We'll eat soon, baby. You said that before. I know. Her daughter's eyes filled with tears. I want to go home. Me too. Then why don't we? Because home doesn't exist anymore, Maria thought. But she said, because it's not safe yet. When will it be safe? I don't know. Her daughter pulled away. You keep saying that. Because it's true. I hate the truth. The words hit harder than they should have. Evelyn checked her phone. No signal down here. No way to call for help. No way to know what was happening outside. Then, footsteps above. All 3 of them froze. Heavy boots. Multiple people. Moving fast. Evelyn grabbed Maria's arm. Get in the bathroom. Lock the door. What about you? I'll handle this. Mom. Go. Maria pulled her daughter toward the bathroom. The basement door opened. Lynn came down the stairs. Fast. Her face was different. Panicked. We need to leave, she said. Evelyn stood. Why? Because they found us. How? I don't know. But they're 2 blocks away. How do you know they're 2 blocks away? Lynn hesitated. Just a second. But Evelyn saw it. Answer me. Evelyn said quietly. I have someone watching. No. Evelyn interrupted. You don't. Lynn's face changed. Not panic anymore. Calculation. What are you talking about? You're the only one who knew we were here, Evelyn said. Which means you told them. That's insane. Is it? They stared at each other. I saved you, Lynn said. No. Evelyn replied. You moved us from one trap to another. Lynn's hand moved to her pocket. Evelyn stepped forward. Don't. Ms. Holt. How much did he pay you? Lynn's jaw tightened. You don't understand. Then explain. He has my son. The words came out broken. Raw. Evelyn's face changed. What? He took my son 3 days ago, Lynn said. Said if I helped you, he'd kill him. So you're trading us for him? Yes. The honesty was worse than a lie. Where is he now? Evelyn asked. Who? My son. No. Kang's brother. Outside. Waiting. For what? For me to bring you out. Evelyn's mind raced. And if you don't? Lynn's voice dropped. Then he comes in. And my son dies anyway. In the bathroom, Maria held her daughter. Listened through the door. Heard everything. Her daughter whispered, Mama, what's happening? Show baby. I'm scared. I know. Maria's phone buzzed. She pulled it out. One text. From Kang's number. Window. North wall. 3 minutes. She looked up. There was a window. Small. High up. But big enough. She looked at her daughter. Then at the bathroom door. Her mother was still talking to Lynn in the basement. Buying time. But time was running out. Maria made a choice. She pushed a box under the window. Climbed up. The window was locked. She pushed harder. It cracked open. Mama, where are we going? Somewhere safe. You keep saying that. This time I mean it. She lifted her daughter up. Pushed her through the window. Then climbed through herself. They landed in an alley. Dark. Empty. A car sat 20 feet away. Engine running. Driver's door opened. A man stepped out. Not Kong. Someone else. Ms. Holtz sent me, he said. Maria grabbed her daughter's hand. Started backing away. The man held up his phone. Showed her a text from Evelyn's number. Trust him. Run. Maria looked at the basement window. Then at the man. Then at her daughter. Please, the man said quietly. Your mother is still inside. If we don't leave now, she dies for nothing. Maria got in the car. Hated herself for it. Her daughter climbed in beside her. The man drove immediately. Fast but not reckless. Who are you? Maria asked. Someone who owes your mother. That's not an answer. It's the only one you're getting. Maria looked back at the church, getting smaller in the distance. Her mother was still inside. With Lynn. With danger. We have to go back, Maria said. No. She's my mother. She told me to get you out. The man interrupted. That's what I'm doing. I don't even know your name. Good. Keep it that way. They drove for 10 minutes. Maria's phone rang. Evelyn. She answered immediately. Mom. Are you out? Yes. Good. Evelyn's voice was calm. Too calm. Where are you? Still in the church. With Lynn. Yes. Mom. She betrayed us. I know, Evelyn said. Her son is being held. She didn't have a choice. Everyone has a choice. No. Evelyn said quietly. Parents don't. The words landed heavy. What's going to happen? Maria asked. I'm going to walk out that door in 5 minutes. And then we find out if Kang's brother is a man of his word. You can't trust him. I'm not trusting him, Evelyn said. I'm betting on his pride. What does that mean? It means he wants an audience when he wins. And right now, I'm the only one watching. Maria's throat tightened. You're going to give yourself up. I'm going to buy you time. No. Maria, listen to me. Evelyn's voice sharpened. You have maybe 2 hours before he realizes you're gone. Use them. To do what? To disappear. I'm not leaving you. You already did. The words cut deep. Mom. I love you, Evelyn said. Tell my granddaughter I'm sorry. The line went dead. Maria tried calling back. Straight to voicemail. She tried again. Same result. No, she whispered. No, no, no. Her daughter grabbed her hand. Mama, what's wrong? Grandma. Her voice broke. Couldn't finish. The man driving spoke. Your mother knew what she was doing. You don't know that. Yes, I do, he said. Because she did the same thing for me 8 years ago. Maria looked at him through the rearview mirror. Who are you? My name is Vincent. The name hit like electricity. Vincent. The accountant. Former accountant, he corrected. The one who framed you. Maria's blood went cold. Stop the car. No. Stop the car. Your mother called me 2 hours ago, Vincent said quickly. She told me to get you out. She said if I do this, she'll make sure my family is protected. Protected from who? From Kang's brother. From everyone. Why would she trust you? Vincent's voice dropped. Because she's the one who proved I was being blackmailed. She's the one who saved me from prison. Maria's head spun. Nothing made sense. Where are we going? She asked. Somewhere Kong arranged before the attack. Is he alive? Vincent hesitated. I don't know. They pulled up to a small apartment. 3rd floor. Corner unit. Vincent handed Maria a key. Everything you need is inside, he said. You're not coming? No. Why not? Because the less you know about where I go, the safer you are. He drove away before she could ask more questions. Maria stood on the sidewalk, her daughter leaning against her. Exhausted. Scared. Is this home now? Her daughter asked. For now. I don't like it. I don't either. They went inside. The apartment was basic. Clean. Empty. Impersonal. Like a hotel room that forgot to be welcoming. Maria found food in the fridge. Made sandwiches. Her daughter ate silently. Can I watch TV? She asked. Okay. Maria turned it on. Local news. She started to change the channel, then stopped. The anchor was talking about a courthouse incident. Prominent defense attorney Evelyn Holt was taken into custody this evening outside a church in the downtown area. Maria's hand froze. The screen showed footage. Her mother, hands behind her back, walking toward a police car. No handcuffs, but surrounded by officers. Holt, who recently defended her daughter in a high-profile case, voluntarily surrendered to authorities. Sources say she's agreed to testify against. The screen cut to black. Power outage. 4 hours and 42 minutes until sunrise. Maria wrote a letter. For her daughter. Explained everything she could in words a 10-year-old might understand someday. Folded it. Put it in an envelope. Wrote her daughter's name on the front. Her hand shook so badly the letters looked drunk. 3 hours and 17 minutes. She kissed her daughter's forehead. The girl didn't wake up. Maria walked to the door. Put her hand on the handle. Her phone rang. She almost didn't answer. Then saw the caller ID. Hospital. She answered. Hello. Is this Maria Holt? Yes. I'm calling about Kong Junseo. Her stomach dropped. What happened? He's missing. What do you mean missing? He was in his room 20 minutes ago. Now he's gone. Did he contact you? No. The nurse paused. If he does, tell him he's in critical condition. He needs to come back immediately. The line went dead. Maria stood frozen. Kong escaped, which meant he was going after his brother himself. Which meant her phone buzzed. Text from Kang's number. Don't come. I'm ending this. She called him immediately. He answered on the 5th ring. You should be in the hospital, she said. I'm exactly where I need to be. His voice was weak. Struggling. You're going to die. Probably. Then why? Because I'm tired of people dying for my mistakes. This isn't your mistake. Yes, it is, Kong interrupted. I taught my brother to be ruthless. To take what he wants. To see people as tools. He coughed. Hard. I created a monster. Now I'm going to stop him. How? By giving him what he wants most. Which is me. Dead. And my empire in ashes. Maria's voice broke. You can't. Your mother is being held in a warehouse. East Side. Industrial District. He gave her the exact address. Police are already on their way. Anonymous tip. From you. From someone who owes her everything. Meaning him. What about you? Maria asked. I'll be fine. You're lying. Yes. The honesty hurt worse than deception. Why are you telling me this? She asked. Because you deserve to know your mother will be safe. And you? Silence. Calm. Take care of your daughter, he said quietly. And tell your mother I finally paid my debt. The line went dead. Maria tried calling back. Nothing. She looked at the address he'd given her. Then at the clock. 2 hours and 8 minutes until sunrise. She could go to the warehouse. Try to help her mother. Or she could go to wherever Kong was. Try to stop him from dying. Or she could stay here. Keep her daughter safe. And let everyone else handle their own choices. She thought about the courtroom. The laughter. The humiliation. The man who mocked her. Then she thought about everything after. The protection. The change. The choice to become better. She grabbed her keys. Looked at her daughter one more time. And made a choice that terrified her. Maria didn't go to the warehouse. Didn't go to wherever Kong was. She called Vincent. I need Kang's brother's number, she said. That's suicide. Give it to me. Silence. Then Vincent sent it. Maria dialed. He answered immediately. Ms. Holt. I was beginning to think you wouldn't call. His voice was smooth. Amused. I'll trade, she said. For both of them? Yes. Interesting. What makes you think you're worth 2 people? Because I'm the only one who can prove what you did. Pause. You have no proof. I have Vincent's testimony. I have the documents Evelyn found. And I have recordings. You're bluffing. Am I? She wasn't. But he didn't know that. What recordings? He asked. From Kang's office. Security footage. Audio from the safe. Everything. Her heart hammered. This was a complete lie. But she said it like truth. If that existed, he said slowly, my brother would have used it already. Your brother didn't know they existed. I found them while cleaning. Copied them. Kept them as insurance. Insurance against what? Against exactly this. Silence stretched. She could hear him breathing. Calculating. Where are these recordings? He finally asked. Safe place. If anything happens to me, my mother, Kong, or my daughter, They go to the police automatically. You're lying. Then call my bluff. Kill them. See what happens. More silence. What do you want? He asked. Let them go. Both of them. Right now. And in exchange? I delete everything. Disappear. Never testify. Never speak about this again. Why would you do that? Because I want my daughter to have a mother. The truth in her voice made it believable. How do I know you'll keep your word? He asked. Because unlike you, I don't want power. I just want peace. She heard voices in the background. Movement. 45 minutes, he said. Warehouse district. Come alone. I want proof they're alive first. You'll get it when you arrive. That's not good enough. A new voice came through the phone. Her mother. Maria, don't. The line cut. But it was enough. She was alive. Maria grabbed her keys. Started toward the door. Stopped. Looked at her daughter sleeping. Walked back. Knelt beside the couch. I love you, she whispered. Kissed her forehead. Stood. Left before she could change her mind. The drive took 38 minutes. Her phone rang twice. Vincent both times. She didn't answer. At 5:42 a.m., she pulled up to the warehouse. Sunrise in 18 minutes. A figure stood in the doorway. Not Kang's brother. Lin. He's inside, Lin said. With your mother. Where's Kang? He never showed. Maria's stomach dropped. What? He called 20 minutes ago. Said he couldn't make it. Why not? Lin's face was grim. Because he collapsed 2 blocks from here. Ambulance took him back to the hospital. Is he alive? For now. Maria looked at the warehouse entrance. Dark. Waiting. Your mother is inside, Lin said quietly. Alone with him. And you? I got my son back an hour ago. I don't owe him anything anymore. She handed Maria something. A phone. It's recording, Lin whispered. Everything he says. Keep it in your pocket. Let him talk. Maria took it. Why are you helping me? Because your mother saved my brother when no one else would. This is how I pay that debt. Lin walked away. Disappeared into the morning darkness. Maria stood alone. 18 minutes until sunrise. She walked into the warehouse. The warehouse was empty. Just concrete and shadows. Her mother sat in a chair. Center of the room. Hands free. Not tied. That was the first surprise. A man stood beside her. Younger than Kang. Sharper features. Same eyes though. Cold. Calculating. Ms. Holt, he said. You came. Let her go. He smiled. Straight to business. I respect that. I said let her go. In a moment. First, I want to understand something. Maria's hand went to her pocket. The recording phone. Still there. Understand what? She asked. Why you die for people who destroyed you. Nobody destroyed me. My brother humiliated you in court. Your mother abandoned you for 2 years. And yet here you are. He walked slowly toward her. Trading your life for theirs. Because that's what family does. He stopped. Family. The word came out bitter. Yes, Maria said. My brother taught me family was weakness. His voice changed. That caring about people made you vulnerable. He was wrong. Was he? The man looked at Evelyn. Your mother chose her career over you for years. Was that strength? Evelyn's face remained calm. Maria, don't. She's right though, he interrupted. I did learn from my brother. Everything I am, he created. Maria's pulse raced. Keep him talking. What did he create, she asked. A man who takes what he wants. Who sees people as tools. Who believes power is the only thing that matters. He turned back to Maria. He taught me well. Too well. So this is revenge. No. His voice dropped. This is a lesson. For who? For him. To show him what he made. Maria understood then. You don't want his empire. I already took his empire. Then what do you want? He smiled sadly. I want him to feel what I felt. Which is powerless. The word hung there. Evelyn spoke quietly. You're punishing him for being a bad brother. I'm punishing him for teaching me to be exactly like him. His voice cracked slightly. Then being disappointed when I was. Maria saw it then. Not a monster. A broken person. He never told you he was proud of you, she said. The man's jaw tightened. No. So you hurt innocent people to make him notice. I hurt the people he tried to protect. To show him protection is pointless when you've already created the threat. He stepped closer to Maria. You were convenient. Nothing personal. It felt personal. I know. He paused. And I'm sorry. The apology shocked her. Sorry doesn't fix this, Maria said. No. But it's true anyway. He pulled out his phone. Typed something. Your mother is free to go, he said. Evelyn stood slowly. What about Maria? She stays. That wasn't the deal. The deal was I let them go. Plural. My brother is already in the hospital dying. I'm letting him live. Your daughter stays as insurance. He doesn't survive and come after me. Evelyn's face went white. You're keeping her hostage. I'm keeping her alive. He looked at Maria. Until my brother dies. Then you're free. And if he doesn't die? Maria asked. Then we wait. Evelyn moved toward Maria. I'm not leaving without. Yes, you are. His voice went cold. Because if you don't, your granddaughter wakes up alone. And nobody comes for her. The threat landed. Evelyn looked at Maria. Tears in her eyes. I'm sorry, she whispered. It's okay, Mom. No, it's not. Go, Maria said firmly. Take care of her. Evelyn hesitated, then walked toward the door. Stopped. If you hurt her. I won't, he said. I'm not my brother. Evelyn left. The warehouse door closed. Maria stood alone with him, the recording phone still in her pocket. Every word captured. How long, she asked. Until sunrise. She looked at her watch. For minutes. And then we see if my brother dies like he deserves. Or survives like he always does. 3 minutes until sunrise. Kang's brother sat on the floor, back against the wall. You can sit, he said. Maria stayed standing. Suit yourself. 2 minutes. What's your name? She asked. He looked up, surprised. Why? Because I should know the name of the man holding me hostage. He almost smiled. Min Jae. Min Jae, she repeated. Did Kang ever call you that? No. He called me little brother. Even when I was 35. That must have hurt. Every single time. 1 minute. Maria's phone buzzed in her pocket. Not the recording phone. Her actual phone. Min Jae noticed. Answer it. She pulled it out. Hospital. She answered. Hello. Is this Maria Holt? Yes. I'm calling about Kang Junseo. Her breath caught. Is he? He's stable. Critical, but stable. We've stopped the internal bleeding. Relief flooded through her. Then fear. Because Min Jae heard everything. She hung up. Looked at him. His face had gone stone. He's alive, he said quietly. Yes. Of course he is. Min Jae laughed. Bitter. He always survives. No matter what. You wanted him dead. I wanted him to feel helpless. The way he made me feel. He almost died for me, Maria said. Someone he humiliated. Someone he barely knew. So that's not the same man who hurt you. Min Jae stood. People don't change. Yes, they do. Not him. He gave up everything to protect me, Maria said. Territory. Money. Power. Everything you wanted, he handed over. Because he's weak. No, Maria interrupted. Because he's learning. Min Jae's jaw tightened. Learning what? That strength isn't control. It's sacrifice. Silence. Heavy. The sun broke through the warehouse windows. Orange light cutting through darkness. Sunrise. Min Jae walked to the window. Stared out. I spent 15 years waiting for him to see me, he said. To acknowledge me. To treat me like an equal. And he didn't. No. So you became exactly what he feared. Min Jae turned sharply. What? You became him, Maria said. The version he hates most about himself. I'm nothing like him. You used an innocent woman as a pawn. You hurt people to prove a point. You chose power over humanity. Her voice was steady. That's exactly what he did to me in that courtroom. Min Jae looked away. I'm not him, he said quietly. Then prove it. How? Let me go. He laughed. That's simple. Yes. And what? We all just forget this happened. No, Maria said. You face what you did. You take responsibility. You stop being his shadow and become someone different. Someone like who? Someone who didn't need to hurt people to feel powerful. Min Jae's phone rang. He answered. Listened. His face changed. When, he asked. Pause. I understand. He hung up. Looked at Maria. That was my contact at the hospital. Maria's chest tightened. What happened? My brother just woke up. First thing he said was, let her go. Min Jae's voice cracked. Not where am I? Not what happened. Just let her go. He sat down slowly. He nearly died. And his first thought was protecting someone who isn't even family. Tears formed in his eyes. He never did that for me. Maria saw him clearly then. Not a villain. Just someone who'd been invisible for too long. Like her. Maybe he's trying now, she said gently. Min Jae wiped his eyes. Go, he said. What? Go. Before I change my mind. Maria didn't move immediately. What will you do? I don't know. He looked at her. But I won't hurt you. That's a start. She walked toward the door. Stopped. Min Jae. Yeah, you're not him. But you could be better. She left. The warehouse door closed behind her. Min Jae sat alone in the morning light. And for the first time in 15 years, he cried. F this got you in your feelings. Smash that subscribe button because the next 4 chapters are absolutely brutal. Comment the craziest plot twist you've ever seen. I bet this story beats it. Let's go. Mireya walked 6 blocks before her legs gave out. She sat on a curb, shaking. Not from cold. From everything. The recording phone in her pocket felt like fire. Every word Min Jae said. Every confession. Every admission of guilt. She pulled it out. Stared at it. One click and she could send this to police. And everything. Her phone rang. Evelyn. Where are you? Her mother asked immediately. I don't know. Some street. Are you hurt? No. I'm coming to get you. Share your location. Mireya did. 15 minutes later, Evelyn's car pulled up. Her daughter was in the back seat. Mama. Mireya got in. Her daughter threw arms around her. Held on like drowning. You came back, her daughter whispered. I always come back. You promised. Mireya hadn't promised that. But she should have. They drove in silence. Back to the apartment. Inside, Evelyn made tea nobody drank. What happened? She asked. He let me go. Why? Because Kong woke up and asked him to. Evelyn sat down slowly. Min Jae listened. Yes. That's unexpected. Mireya pulled out the recording phone. Set it on the table. He confessed everything. It's all recorded. Evelyn picked it up. Listened for 30 seconds. Her face changed. This is enough to put him away for years. I know. So what's the problem? Mireya looked at her daughter, playing quietly in the corner, finally feeling safe. If I use this, Mireya said, Min Jae goes to prison. He gets revenge on Kong from inside. Sends people after us. After my daughter. You don't know that. Yes, I do, Mireya interrupted. He's broken, not stupid. This would destroy him. And destroyed people do desperate things. Evelyn set down the phone. So you're protecting him. I'm protecting her. Mireya nodded toward her daughter. By letting him walk free. By letting him choose what comes next. That's not justice. No, Mireya agreed. But it's survival. Evelyn's phone rang. Hospital again. She answered. Yes. Her face went pale. When... Pause. How bad? She hung up. Looked at Mireya. Kang's condition just changed. Better or worse? Worse. They're taking him into emergency surgery. Something they missed before. Mireya stood. I need to go. Why? Because he nearly died protecting me. I need to be there. You don't owe him. I know, Mireya said. But I want to be. The drive to the hospital took 23 minutes. Mireya went alone. Evelyn stayed with her daughter. At the hospital, security stopped her. Family only. Mireya started. She's with me. Min Jae's voice. He stood behind her. The security guard's face changed. Mr. Kong. I didn't know. Let her through. They did. Mireya and Min Jae walked toward the surgical wing. Side by side. Not speaking. Finally, Mireya broke the silence. Why are you here? Because he's my brother. Min Jae's voice was quiet. And I'm tired of hating him. What changed? You. He looked at her. You could have used that recording. Destroyed me. But you didn't. You let me go. After terrorizing you for weeks. Yes. So why not use it? Mireya stopped walking. Because I don't want revenge. I want peace. Min Jae nodded slowly. He's in surgery for 3 more hours, he said. I'll wait if you want to. Okay. They sat in the waiting room. 2 people who should have been enemies. Waiting to see if the man who connected them would survive. 2 hours passed. The waiting room stayed quiet. Min Jae sat 3 chairs away from Mireya. Not close. Not distant. Just there. Finally he spoke. I saw your daughter once. Mireya turned. What? At the school. 3 weeks ago. I was watching to see your routine. Her stomach tightened. You followed her? No. I watched from across the street. Made sure no one else was watching. That doesn't make it better. I know. He paused. She dropped her backpack. A boy helped her pick up her things. She said thank you 3 times. Mireya didn't know where this was going. You taught her to be kind. Min Jae continued. Even to strangers. Even when she's scared. She wasn't scared. She was, he interrupted. I could see it. She knew something was wrong. But she still said thank you. He looked at Mireya. My brother never taught me that. What did he teach you? To take. To control. To never show weakness. So you showed him you learned. Min Jae nodded. And it didn't make him proud. It made him ashamed. A doctor appeared, still in surgical scrubs. They both stood. Family of Kong Juncio? Yes, Min-jae said. The surgery went well. We repaired the damage. He's stable. Relief flooded the room. When can we see him? Maria asked. The doctor looked confused. You're not family. She is, Min-jae said firmly. The doctor nodded. 20 minutes. ICU. One at a time. He left. Maria and Min-jae stood in silence. You go first, Min-jae said. He's your brother. And he asked for you. Not me. The words came out without bitterness. Just acceptance. I'll tell him you're here, Maria said. No. Why not? Because I don't deserve that yet. Maria studied his face. What are you going to do? She asked. About what? About everything. The empire. The territory. The things you took. Min-jae was quiet for a long moment. I'm giving it back. To Kong. No. To the people he hurt building it. Min-jae looked at her. Including you. I don't want. You'll get a settlement. Anonymous. Enough for your daughter's college. Enough to never clean someone else's house again. That's not. It's all I can do, he interrupted. It's not enough. But it's something. Maria felt tears coming. Why? Because you were right. I became him. And I don't want to be him anymore. A nurse appeared. You can see him now. Maria walked toward the ICU. Stopped. Turned back. Min-jae. Yeah. He might surprise you. What do you mean? Brothers get second chances too. She left. Min-jae sat back down. Pulled out his phone. Made a call. It's me, he said. Release everything back. All territory. All assets. Everything I took. Pause. Because I'm done being my brother's shadow. He hung up. Sat in the empty waiting room. And for the first time in 15 years, he felt light. In the ICU, Maria approached Kang's bed. He looked small. Tubes everywhere. Monitors beeping. Eyes closed. She sat in the chair beside him. I don't know if you can hear me, she said quietly. His eyes opened. Focused on her. You came, he whispered. Yes. Why? Maria thought carefully. Because you would have come for me. His hand moved slightly. Reached toward hers. She took it. And they stayed like that. Two people who destroyed each other. Then saved each other. Holding on. Kang's grip was weak. But it was there. Your brother is outside, Maria said. Kang's eyes closed. I know. He's waiting. He shouldn't. He wants to see you. I don't deserve that. Maria squeezed his hand gently. Neither did I. But you came anyway. Kang opened his eyes. That was different. How? I owed you. You owe him too. Kang's jaw tightened. I created what he became. Yes. And now you can help him become something else. What if it's too late? It wasn't too late for you. The words hung between them. Kang looked at their joined hands. I humiliated you, he said quietly. In front of everyone. I know. I laughed while you stood there terrified. I remember. So why are you here? Maria thought carefully. Because people are more than their worst moment. Kang's eyes filled with tears. He tried to hide it. Failed. I don't know how to be better, he whispered. You're already trying. That's how it starts. A nurse appeared. Time's up. He needs rest. Maria stood. Kang held on a second longer. Thank you, he said. For what? For not giving up on people. She left. In the waiting room, Min-jae stood immediately. Is he? He's okay. He wants to see you. Min-jae froze. He said that. Not exactly. But he needs to. What if he doesn't want? He does, Maria said firmly. Trust me. Min-jae walked toward the ICU. Stopped at the door. Turned back. What do I say? The truth. What if the truth hurts? It will. But it's still better than silence. He nodded. Disappeared inside. Maria sat down. Exhausted. Her phone buzzed. Evelyn. How is he? Alive. Talking. And Min-jae. With him now. Pause. That's unexpected, Evelyn said. Everything about this is unexpected. Are you coming home? Maria looked at the ICU door. Soon. I want to make sure they're okay first. You care about them. Not a question. Yes, Maria admitted. Why? Because they cared when it mattered. Even when they shouldn't have. She heard her daughter's voice in the background. Is Mama coming home? Evelyn answered. Yes, baby. Soon. Maria's chest tightened. Tell her I love her. She knows. Tell her anyway. Evelyn hung up. 30 minutes later, Min-jae emerged. His face was different. Softer. Lighter. What happened? Maria asked. We talked. About everything. He sat down beside her. I told him I was sorry. He said he was too. And, and we cried like idiots. Minjae laughed quietly. Not bitter anymore. Just real. He said something strange, he continued. What? He said you taught him what strength actually means. Mireya blinked. Me? You stood in that courtroom alone. No lawyer. No power. No protection. And you didn't break. I almost did. But you didn't. Minjae looked at her. He said watching you survive what he did to you showed him more about courage than 15 years of controlling people. Mireya felt tears coming. I was terrified. That's what made it brave. They sat in silence. Two broken people. One healing man between them. What happens now? Mireya asked. Now we all try to be better. Think we can. Minjae smiled slightly. We're still breathing. That's a start. For years later, Mireya stood outside a courthouse. Different one this time. Her daughter was 14 now. Taller. Sharper. Asking harder questions. Why are we here? She asked. Mireya looked at the building. Because someone inside is scared. And I remember what that feels like. The woman you're testifying for? Yes. You don't even know her. I know what she's going through. Her daughter thought about that. Does it ever stop? The fear. Mireya knelt down. I level. No. But you learned to stand up anyway. Is that what you did? Eventually, they walked toward the entrance. Inside, a young woman waited on a bench. Shaking. Alone. Mireya sat beside her. First time? She asked gently. The woman nodded. I'm Mireya. I'm testifying today. For you. Why? Because 4 years ago, someone stood up for me when I had no one. The woman's eyes filled with tears. What if they don't believe me? Then you tell the truth anyway. That's all you can control. What if I freeze? Then you breathe. And try again. The woman looked at Mireya's daughter. Is she yours? Yes. You brought her. So she understands that fighting back isn't loud. It's just showing up. The bailiff called them inside. Mireya squeezed the woman's hand once. Walked into the courtroom. Her daughter watched from the gallery. When Mireya took the stand, her voice was steady. Clear. She told her story simply. The accusation. The courtroom. The fear. Then the fight. The prosecutor tried to interrupt twice. The judge let her finish. When she stepped down, the young woman was crying. But not from fear anymore. Outside afterward, her daughter asked, Does it get easier? No, Mireya said honestly. But it gets clearer. What does? Who you are? What matters? They walked down the courthouse steps. Across the street, a man stood waiting for the light. Older now. Gray touching his temples. Tattoos faded. Posture different. Quieter. Calm. Their eyes met for 1 second. He nodded once. She nodded back. No words needed. He crossed the street. Disappeared into the crowd. Some people change your life by walking into it. Others by walking away at the right moment. Both mattered. Who was that? Her daughter asked. Mireya thought carefully. Someone who taught me what strength actually means. What does it mean? Mireya looked at the courthouse behind them. Strength isn't making people fear you, she said. It's standing up when you're terrified. It's choosing to be better when being worse is easier. It's protecting people even when it costs you everything. Her daughter absorbed that. Is that what you did? I tried. Did it work? Mireya smiled. We're still here. That's how you know it worked. They walked toward the bus stop. Normal afternoon. Normal city. Normal life. But Mireya understood something she hadn't 4 years ago. Dignity wasn't loud. It didn't announce itself. Didn't demand recognition. It just stood up once. In a courtroom. In a warehouse. In a hospital room. In a moment of choice. And never sat down again. Her daughter squeezed her hand. I'm proud of you, Mama. Mireya's throat tightened. Thank you, baby. For what? For reminding me why it mattered. The bus arrived. They got on. The city moved past the window. Millions of people. Millions of stories. And somewhere in that crowd, 3 people who destroyed each other. Then saved each other. Still breathing. Still trying. Still becoming something better than what they were. That was enough.